Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate our champions of higher education, our 2021 and officially the fifth celebration of campuses, both community colleges and Cal State universities that have done incredible job at supporting our students for transfer. I am Michelle Siguedos. I'm the proud president at the Campaign for College Opportunity. And I think as many of you know, we have been in this work to advance both college access for students in California, as well as success. Once they get to a campus, we know that the real victory is when they're able to earn that certificate, degree, or transfer to a four-year university. And I'm so honored to be surrounded by these wonderful faces as we celebrate the historic work that our community colleges and Cal State campuses have been doing to really strengthen the transfer process. I think it's not a surprise to anyone that over 10 years ago, when the associate degree for transfer was created, with our leadership and support, as well as that of the community college and Cal State and student leadership across California, that it was to fix a very difficult transfer path that we have put students through. And we know that there is no system of higher education more important than community colleges. So it is essential to ensure that students have a real smooth way to get from community college to a four-year university so they can earn a bachelor's degree. More than 10 years ago, when the associate degree for transfer was created, with then State Senator Alex Padilla, now our US Senator, today we get to celebrate that almost 300,000 California students have earned an associate degree for transfer. And over $10 million has been saved by the state of California in terms of streamlining the excess units that often students who want to transfer earn. And that doesn't even include the real savings in time and money for our students at a time when it's most important that they save that time and money. As you all know, associate degree for transfer earners not only earn a degree, but they are guaranteed admission to a CSU campus. The bottom line is that the associate degree for transfer is working for students, but there is still so much more work to be done. That is why this year, with the leadership of Assemblymember Berman and Senator Glazer, who joins us today, along with unanimous support from the Assembly and the State Senate and our governor, we championed Assembly Bill 928 to ensure that we would strengthen the associate degree for transfer by pushing our CSU and UC allies to come together to finally, once and for all, establish a common GE path. We do this for our high school students. We must do it for our community college transfer students. They deserve one path to transfer to either the UC or the CSU. We also are proud that Assembly Bill 928 will create an intersegmental group and committee that will be dedicated and focused specifically on ensuring and improving transfer across the state of California, something that you would think we would have in place, but unfortunately we don't. And of course, most importantly, we know that students who are first in their family to go to college, much like many of us on this webinar, need very clear direction. They need to be placed in the transfer pathway if that is their goal. And we're proud that Assembly Bill 928 will do that. Today, we're especially excited because while we've celebrated champions for higher education in transfer in the past, this year we worked with national experts to create an equity framework that would actually analyze how each and every one of our campuses are doing in terms of transfer, with specific attention to closing gaps for community college students who are Black and Latinx. And today we get to celebrate the many campuses that have been very intentional at ensuring not just that transfer works in their community college, but that it works for students who are typically underrepresented in these pathways. We also are excited to hear from the campus leaders themselves who have done an incredible job Of course, none of this work is done because we think it's a good idea. It's done because our students at our community colleges urge us to get it right. And one of those community college student leaders, Michael Shoten, who has been an incredible champion at ensuring that we pass historic legislation, is joining us today. He's a fearless student leader who was a student at Ventura College before transferring to Cal State Northridge, where he now studies finance. Michael is the chair of legislative affairs for the Associated Students at CSUN, and he's here with us today to share his transfer story and why it's critical that we follow the lead of all of these champion campuses today to get transfer right. So thank you, Michael, for your role in ensuring historic transfer reform. Thank you to all of our college presidents on this call who supported Assembly Bill 928. Please join me in welcoming Michael Shoten.
Good morning, everybody. I am not Michael Shoten. Unfortunately, Michael just had an emergency and can't be with us this morning, but we do have Jasmine Prasad, who is the Vice President of Legislative Affairs for the Student Senate for California Community Colleges, who's graciously been with us to talk about the work that SSCCC has been doing to strengthen transfer and why this work is so important. So we send our best wishes to Michael and thank Jasmine for being with us today.
Thank you. And yes, Michael, I will say I know him and he has worked very hard on AB 928 and devoted a lot of time for it. So hopefully some of you will get to meet him in the future. But thank you for having me. And I'm glad I can take up some of his space really quickly. But AB 928 is such a transfer reform bill that would help so many students. I know when I transferred to SF State, which is where I'm at now, it was very hard just because as a first generation student, I didn't really know how to apply to classes. And then on top of that, you know, we have a student leader tell us these are the classes you should apply for just so it's easier, you know, student to student perspective. But after I enrolled to a bunch of classes, I then met with the counselor as we're supposed to for our educational plans. And then they said, no, you don't need this. So they redid my entire semester. And then after a week, I met with a different counselor because a lot of community colleges don't have one specific counselor for a student. And then they're like, no, your original one's right. So I had to scratch that, try and re-get my classes. So it was very stressful. And then on top of that, just having remedial classes in community college has been a struggle. So I had to miss out on English 300 my first semester, which really stressed me out. So I racked up on a ton of credits my second semester, which wasn't the best thing to do, but I'm happy I did because even though it stressed me out, it definitely made me stay on top of my 2-year transfer path lost, and they don't really know what's the best classes that fit for them or should they get started. And having, you know, AB 928 pass will guarantee that these are the classes you need to take. I know they're looking to combine that GETC, so it definitely helped the students who are conflicted between the UC and CSU sector. I know I did that, so I had to take, you know, the extra comms and the language class just to make sure I could go to either or. But it's very important, you know, that the 3 sectors stick together when being in the intersegmental committee to truly ensure that students do have the pathway they need to transfer, because honestly, it has been a struggle for many students, just even going into a 4-year knowing, okay, a lot of my classes that I took in community college are saying that I have to repeat at San Francisco State now. So I had to meet with a counselor who is a professor from the poli-sci department who helped me. Is like, no, just, you know, enroll in the classes you need. I'll dispute it later on. And if it doesn't, like, talk to a counselor, they'll help you. And thankfully it did, because I literally took political theory last semester. So it's like, I'm not going to repeat that. But it has been a struggle for many students. I know on San Francisco State, we shared a lot of personal stories to the governor's office of how 928 has affected some transfer students. And hopefully he read some of them and saw how important this bill was and how historical it will be for many students in the future.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, for sharing your story, for reminding us all that at the end of the day that policy reforms, that all of the numbers we look at around transfer are about real people and real students. And so thank you for reminding us about that and reminding us about the opportunity we have in front of us to improve our systems. It is now my honor to introduce Senator Glazer, a senator who has served California students with honor as a former CSU trustee member, where he fought to keep tuition affordable and fought hard to ensure that both CSU and UC had increased capacity for all of those students seeking a seat, be it freshmen or transfer students. In the Senate, Senator Glazer serves on the Education Committee and continues to be a champion for transfer. This year, he was a co-author of AB 928 to strengthen the ADT, really recognizing and elevating the importance of our colleges and universities coming together, talking and working out those barriers that still exist for our students. Thank you, Senator Glazer, for being with us today. And I turn the program over to you to lead us through our first round of awards.
Thank you. Thank you, Audrey, Michelle, Jasmine. I love hearing about your experience that you've encountered. It's so meaningful to all of us in the policy lawmaking world. But I'm so pleased to be joining the Campaign for College Opportunity this morning and honoring our colleges who have been leading the way in strong student transfer outcomes. As mentioned, prior to my role in the Senate, I served on the CSU Board of Trustees. And during my time there, I met with many students across the state who shared with me their higher education journeys. And it was clear to me that transfer students seemed to face the most frequent barriers in accessing our institutions. They were lost in this transfer maze when they came to the CSU. And pathways like the associate degree for transfer provided them with the navigation that they needed to make it out, but was it working? And after board report to the trustees, it was clear to me that it wasn't being carried out the way it needed to be. When I was elected to the Senate, I was chosen to be chairman of the Select Committee on Student Success. One of my first hearings in 2018 was on the issue of transfer pathways at community colleges. And we heard from experts from inside and outside the academy. And a startling fact then and remains as powerful today, only 19% of community college students who intend to transfer do so within 4 years. Only 19%. And this shows what a challenging system that they have to navigate. The associate degree for transfer really started an important revolution in the process of transferring to our four-year institutions. And as many on this Zoom really know, this past year, 80,000 students from community college transferred to UC and CSU campuses. And another important fact is that about 30% of UC graduates and about half of CSU graduates started at a community college. And we know that, as Michelle mentioned earlier, that the transfer role is especially important for low-income students, first-generation students, and students from underrepresented groups, because they're more likely to start in a community college. So I was, this is a mission for all of us, and for me it is as well in the Senate, to support important policy changes that can make a difference for our students. And Michelle mentioned one bill, AB 928, to require the four-year institutions to standardize their GE course requirements. Also important this year, AB 1111 by Assemblymember Berman to create a common course numbering system. Again, trying to create simplicity, eliminate the complexity that creates barriers. And of course, both measures were signed into law by our great governor, Gavin Newsom. And so these simplified and streamlined pathways are going to make a difference. And as mentioned earlier also, that they do save a lot of money for the state of California, as Michelle mentioned. Students end up taking fewer units, saving time for a degree. And more importantly, that change can be the difference between dropping out and continuing with their studies. So it is a huge difference in a person's life if those pathways are clear, simplified, and effective so they can accomplish all that they want to accomplish. Now, I join all of you as champions of higher education, and I'm delighted to honor colleges that are leading that transfer pathway. Each one of you are doing all the work that must be done to help our students earn degrees and reach their educational dreams. And so I want to now acknowledge and welcome leaders from these institutions to say a few remarks to all of us. And let me first start with Bakersfield College and President Dadaboy. President Daddaboy, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. I really appreciated the words that you used to describe this work as being a mission for all of us. And that's exactly the way that I think we need to focus in on this type of transfer activity, because it is so critical to our community and to our state. Thank you, everyone. I'm so honored to be here today with you all this morning. Thank you for recognizing Bakersfield College's incredible and hardworking faculty, staff, and students again this year. I also want to take a moment to note and to acknowledge the extraordinary leadership of the Campaign for College Opportunity. You believed in transforming transfer. You believed in advocating for our students and for supporting AB 928 so that students, in particular our Black, Latinx, our low income, our disadvantaged students, could navigate the transfer process and do so in a timely and a cost-effective manner. You did not shy away from the difficult conversations. And the Campaign for College Opportunity has now engaged all of us in this critical work, and you have strengthened the entire system for thousands of students. Thank you.
Thank you, President, and congratulations. Let me also give a warm welcome to the President of Berkeley City College, President Garcia. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Senator Glazer. On behalf of the community of Berkeley City College, I humbly accept the recognition, but I want to take a moment because you shared some words where you said that it was about a revolution. And let me tell you, anytime there's a revolution involved for students, we want to be a part of it. And the true champions in this effort are students. Their strength, their persistence, their resilience, the way that they hold us accountable to make sure that we are doing our work in service of them. And truly, it is a collective work. At Berkeley City College, I'm honored to see the collaboration between student services and instructional division, working with our community members, with our high school partners, because the conversation about transfer doesn't begin when students enroll with us. It begins when they see us as a pathway to their higher education. So I also want to take a moment to acknowledge our one classified professional who provides leadership, and that is Miss Andrea Williams, who especially during this time of the pandemic has made it possible to connect with students regardless of our inability to see them all face to face. So thank you very much for your work, and definitely thank you for the Campaign for College Opportunity.
Congratulations, President Garcia. And let me offer a warm welcome to Clovis Community College President, President Bennett. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Clovis Community College, we are so honored to receive recognition from the Campaign for College Opportunity. At Clovis, we really, truly believe in the power of ADTs to help our students achieve their dreams. Our instructional and student services groups are working together daily to develop clear and guided pathways between our college, our K-12 partners, and our university partners. And these ADTs are an important focus of our transfer work. I also look forward to the implementation of AB 928 to help us support and enhance our pathways with our university partners. Agree with several things I've heard already this morning. As a college, we'll continue to develop ADTs and we'll continue to welcome all students to our campus and provide the support that students need to help with retention. And we will commit to maintaining our strong focus on student equity and success. Again, thank you so much for this great honor.
Thank you, President Bennett, and congratulations. Also, let me invite ADT champion from from East Los Angeles College. We have the Vice President of Student Affairs, Miguel Duenas.
Thank you very much, Senator. It is an honor to be here among great leaders here. And we've been hearing the echoing of the caring that we have for our students. And I believe champions like yourselves and those that I have here that I have the pleasure of accepting this award is an honor to be here. But again, it shows the commitment that we have for our students and our community. As President Garcia mentioned, definitely connecting early on is important. At East Los Angeles College, we committed to connecting with our communities from pre-K all the way to 12th grade, and then also with our post-secondary higher ed four-year partners to ensure we create pipelines and pathways to, again, reduce barriers for our students, but increase opportunities. And with this work, moving forward with great leaders that we have here in the state of California, we will make great incremental gains and decrease the equitable imbalances that are in the state. So thank you very much.
Terrific. Thank you very much. Well, Evergreen Valley College is in the house, and we have President Gilkerson here, and congratulations. We welcome you.
Thank you, Senator Glazer, Michelle, and the Campaign for College Opportunity team. On behalf of the students, faculty, classified professionals, and administrators at Evergreen Valley College, I'm honored to accept the 2021 Champion of Higher Education and the 2021 Equity Champion of Higher Education for awarding associate degrees to transfer to Latinx students. It is an honor to be accepting these recognitions among the almost 70 California community colleges and California state universities who are committed to college access, success, and equity. It is a privilege and an honor to support students in their academic pathways. And this recognition, this award, really is about their brilliance and tenacity. Our students are our greatest gift. While we are proud of this achievement, we remain committed to continuing to reflect and improve on the ways we can work at our college and collectively in California to continue to reduce barriers and improve student outcomes across our great state. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Gilkerson. Love your spirit, love your leadership. Congratulations. We are also honoring today Glendale Community College, and we do not have a representative attending, but we congratulate them. Let me invite President Weisenhunt from Grossmont College. He's our president there, and we welcome you and congratulate you.
Thank you so very much. On behalf of the entire Grossmont College community, we thank you so very much for this honor. Our campus is really moved by the quote, I think, of Shirley Chisholm, which says that service is the rent we pay for the ability to provide the support and privilege of living on this earth. And so each and every day, our practitioners, faculty, staff, and administrators endeavor to really change the lives of the East County community. We are thrilled and really honored by this opportunity. We salute the good work that the Campaign for College Opportunity engages in each and every day. And it is my great honor and privilege to accept this on behalf of our community, and also to accept this for being representative of the great work that we do each and every day to serve our students. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have another ADT champion, Long Beach City College, and we're joined by Interim President Mike Munoz.
Thank you, Senator. On behalf of Long Beach City College, thank you so much for this recognition. To award us with the Champion of Higher Education Award for the 4th time in 5 years gives us a sense of pride and motivation to continue to advance the work we have focused on to improve completion and transfer rates, particularly for our Black and Latinx students. I give so much credit to our incredible faculty, classified professionals, and managers who have been working so hard to create a strong pathway to guide our students towards ADTs and transfer. I would also like to recognize our Board of Trustees for their unwavering leadership and support. The greatest evidence of this amazing work is our students. They have persevered through the pandemic, doing the work and increasing their transfer rates each year. I'm particularly proud to look at our numbers within our historically underserved communities. LBCC's Latinx students transfers have increased by 19%. And for our LBCC's Black and African American students, we've seen an increase in their transfer rate by 51% in the last 3 years. I'm thrilled to see the progress we've made over the past few years, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of our students achieving their educational goals at LBCC. I would like to also extend my deep gratitude and admiration to Michelle and the Campaign for College Opportunity. What you have done to revolutionize higher education over the past few years is truly a game changer and a source of inspiration for my own work. I also want to thank Assemblymember Mark Berman. We were an early supporter of AB 928, and we really believe that this will remove many of the barriers that face our students. So thank you again, and I want to congratulate all my colleagues across the state that are also being recognized today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, President Munoz. And so important that you point it does take a village. It's our classified staff and our faculty and our trustees and other community leaders that really have made your good work possible, and I know for many of the other colleges as well. Let me welcome the president of Moore Park College, President Sokinu. Congratulations, and we welcome you.
Thank you so much, Senator. It is an honor to be part of this august body, and particularly to be in a group of colleagues who consistently demonstrate their commitment to students, to student equity, and certainly to access. Thank you to the Campaign for College Opportunity for continuing to offer voice for the voiceless and making it a central part of your work to speak truth and speak truth to power. As it's been recognized, this award and this recognition is really for our students. It is their lives and the transformation that happens in their lives that matter. It forces us and it encourages us to be student ready. We always talk about students being college ready, but at our institution and at the institutions which you honor today, it is the idea of how we create cultures of care, cultures of success, and most importantly, we use innovation and support to help our students achieve success. It does take a village, and I would like to thank our faculty, our staff, our administrators, and most importantly, our partners in the K-12, our partners in the community agencies, and our foundation for the work that they do to help advance success of our students. AB 928 will help to unleash a powerful force into our economy and into our community. That is the power of our community college students. Thank you so much for acknowledging our work. We plan to do better, we commit to do better, and as always, we know that California community colleges is essential to the success of this state. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Sokinu. And I loved your words, and I loved your phrase about being student ready, because it seems so easy, but we know it hasn't been. And the logic and the power of our voices for getting into a college and the value of that four-year degree, it's been so frustrating for many that see it break down in our institutions where we weren't student ready, and we are still not student ready in many places, but you have been a great leader, and we acknowledge and thank you for that leadership. I want to invite and congratulate the president of Pasadena City College, President Munoz, to our Zoom.
Great, thank you, Senator Glazer, and thank you, Campaign for College Opportunity. I am especially grateful to receive this honor because Pasadena City College has been honored every single year that the award has existed. So that's exciting, and it means that what we're doing is working. And I'm really proud of our transfer numbers. I'm proud of how we have helped with our students, partially because I'm really competitive and I like to win, but partially because on the way to winning and on the way to being competitive, it is our students who win. It is our students who come here, they're on a clear path, and it means that they graduate. And I have been a huge fan of the associate degree for transfer since we worked on implementing the first two when I was the executive vice president at Oxnard College, thanks to SB 1440. And then I saw it as a very clear, concise pathway to a college degree to transfer. And it has continued as more and more degrees have become available, as we've been able to streamline so many opportunities for students. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And so in some ways, it feels like frosting on the cake to be honored once again for the work at Pasadena City College. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you, thank you, thank you to the faculty, to the classified staff, to the administrators that make this work possible, and also to the Board of Trustees who not only appreciates the work of the college, but keeps pushing us forward and keeps raising that bar. And when they raise the bar, we raise the bar. And when you raise the bar, your students will meet it, especially as we provide all of the wraparound services to make them successful in that culture of caring. So again, thank you so much for this honor.
Terrific. Thank you for your culture of caring in Pasadena, President Munoz. Really appreciate your leadership. Let me welcome and congratulate as our next ADT champion, the president of Riverside City College, President Anderson.
Thank you very much. At Riverside City College, this achievement speaks to the collective effort of the college's classified professionals, faculty members, administrators, and especially our students. The students' intellect and the students' courage that they bring to their work to persevere despite both chronic and acute obstacles inspires everyone at RCC to provide pathways at work to strengthen social and economic mobility here in the Inland Empire. 923 of the 4,000 degrees that we conferred were ADTs. And I think what's else is remarkable, we saw very significant growth in those non-ADTs in the high wage, high need areas, so that all of our students, whether they're on to transfer or they're going to the workforce, are achieving their goals and strengthening their family. Thanks to all of the elected officials in the Campaign for College Opportunity who recognize through AB 928 and other efforts to support the colleges, our students, and the communities they come from.
Terrific. Thank you, President Anderson, and congratulations. And finally, as our last ADT champion for this year, let me welcome the president of Sierra College, President Duncan.
Thank you very much, Senator Glazer. I really appreciate that. And last but not least, my colleagues have shared quite a bit of information. And so I won't duplicate the many things they've said, but I want to thank you and the Campaign for College Opportunity for the work that you're all doing to support our students. It's my pleasure to be here and accept this recognition, but it really belongs to the whole Sierra College community that has worked so hard to support our students and develop pathways for our students. Today and this recognition really affirms our commitment to supporting our students and fulfilling the promise we've made to them to provide the pathway, the transfer and pathways that are crucial to their educational and financial success in the future. And I really can't think of any better work than we could be doing than to provide those pathways and those opportunities to students to allow them to take advantage of the social mobility that you can only gain from higher education and from achievement from transfer. And I want to applaud the work you've done in supporting and passing AB 928. As it's going to continue to break down the barriers for our students and increase the effectiveness of our already successful transfer pathways. Sierra has been an early adopter of ADTs from the very beginning, I guess over a decade ago. It seems like I can't believe it's been that long, but the work continues. We've got over 30 ADTs now, and we've been developing ADTs with the UC system. So I love to see this alignment that's now occurring with AB 928 that's going to make that even simpler for our students and really ensuring that when they complete their ADT at Sierra College, there is a seat for them on the other side to continue their education. So thank you very much for your work.
Thank you, President Duncan, and thank you to all of our ADT community college champions. Your work inspires us here in the legislature to continue to look for ways to give you the tools and the resources to do your great work for our students. I congratulate you all.
Thank you so much, Senator Glazer, for walking us through our first awards, and again, for your outstanding commitment to our colleges, our universities, and our students. And congratulations again to our 2021 honorees. The passage of AB 928 to strengthen the ADT would not have been possible, without key advocates from within California's institutions of higher education, challenging the status quo, pushing for the types of change that we know our students need, types of change that are hard, but are worth the fight. One of those equity warriors is President Angelica Garcia, the president of Berkeley City College, a president whose campus was just honored, a president who, in the words of Dr. Estela Ben-Simon, isn't just about the equity talk, she's about the equity walk. She is willing to put it all on the line, stand up often against the grain to do what's right for students, even sometimes if it means a little alienation. But we're so proud that you are the fierce warrior that you are, and we welcome you to share a little bit of your thoughts and words on the important opportunity that lies ahead of us.
Oh, buenos dias, good morning, and thank you, Hermana, for that introduction. Really just want to say good morning again to President Siguedos, Senator Glazer, our student speaker earlier, Jasmine, distinguished honorees and colleagues. As you have heard, I proudly serve as the president of Berkeley City College, serving a diverse community of students from the broad East Bay. And to begin my comments for today, I invite each and every one of you to think from the perspective of being a first-time college student. So for a moment, suspend your title, your position, your educational training, and connect to the energy of being a first-time college student. Perhaps you were the very first in your family. Perhaps you were the beneficiary of federal and state financial aid or scholarships. Perhaps you had a counselor, an advisor, a teacher, a coach, a peer who helped you navigate that college experience and explore your aspirations. Whatever your experience, I hope that you are not alone and that you have the tools, the roadmap, and the support system to help you achieve your college completion goals. Assembly Bill 928 proposes to transform the transfer process for California's community college students. In short, by simplifying the transfer maze. Strengthening the ADT pathway really is a focus on improving racially equitable access to transfer attainment and ensuring that California establishes statewide coordination and goals to improve transfer rates. For Berkeley City College, this rings so true. BCC has increased awarding ADTs for all students for over 4 years, and for 2 years has also been recognized as an equity champion for increasing the number of Latinx students who earn an associate degree for transfer. The power of the ADT pathway is real, and the work of faculty, classified professionals, and administrators can streamline and accelerate the transfer. As our colegas from the Campaign for College Opportunity have shared with us, among California students with stated transfer goals, only 19% transfer within 14 years and 28% within 6 years. And these transfer rates are especially concerning for California's low-income, first-generation Black and Latinx students, especially when Latinx students represent over half of all students who declare a transfer goal. Yet only 35% transfer within 4 years. And Black students declare transfer goals at a much lower rate, only 7%, and 5% successfully transfer. This is simply not acceptable, colegas and community members. And BCC strives to earn recognition for increasing associate degree for transfer awards for Black students in future years. We have to make that kind of commitment. We have to name it and put it out there and know our data to make these realities possible. And despite the progress that's been made to improve transfer, it still remains unattainable for many California community college students, and students hoping to find an affordable pathway to a 4-year college or university instead find a maze of pathways and requirements that can cause confusion at times, even with the best intentions across all of our institutions. It can lead to unnecessary unit accumulation, as Jasmine shared with us earlier, and worse, no degree for far too many. We all know that AB 928 really takes a crucial step, calls into question work for an intersegmental implementation committee, this singular general education pathway, and an automated ADT pathway placement. Now, there are varying perspectives on the transfer process and whether or not Assembly Bill 928 will be implemented as intended in service of students. And while I can critique this piece of legislation like many of you, I also know that students need us to act now. They need for educators across the public higher education sectors in California to do our part to come together and work and allow them to focus on being students. This work is personal to me. My younger brother is an example of the swirl and the revolving doors between community colleges, CSUs, and UCs. He's attended a community college, a CSU, private liberal arts college. And during this time, He's held multiple jobs, has since been married, and is now a proud father of 2 sons. And for them in their future, he is going back to school, and he's focused on earning a baccalaureate degree. And the pathway for his future and to earning that degree will include enrolling at Fresno Community College. So for my Central Valley colegas, and eventually he wants to transfer to Cal State Fresno, to Fresno State. And so for him and the thousands of community college students interested in transfer, I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and engage in the collective work that lies ahead. And you've heard from so many of the college presidents also make those similar statements, because this I stand really firm on, that transfer reform work is equity and racial justice work. And so if we are about our Black and Brown students, then we are about transfer reform work. Thank you to Senator Berman, President Siguedos, and the Campaign for College Opportunity, the many supporters, and especially Governor Newsom for signing Assembly Bill 928. I want to offer congratulations again to my fellow honorees, mostly on behalf of students. You are a testament to the focus and commitment to student success, completion, and transfer. And I feel really honored and proud to be a part of a broad community that is just ready to do the work. So thank you all very much. Congratulations. And most of all, congratulations to students. I'm happy to keep speaking, but I do believe my time is up.
Thank you, President.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, President Garcia. My internet froze, of course. Thank you so much for joining us and for continuing to be a role model for our California community college system, for our students, and really just a model of what leadership looks like. So thank you again for your words. It's now my great pleasure and honor to bring in and acknowledge our California State University campuses that have earned the 2021 Champions of Higher Education Award for Excellence in Transfer. These campuses are leading the state in enrolling and graduating associate degree for transfer earners, truly fulfilling the promise of transfer. So the first president I would like to acknowledge this morning is President Coley from Cal Poly Pomona. President Coley.
Thank you. On behalf of the students, our faculty and staff of Cal Poly Pomona, it is indeed an honor to be recognized for our work promoting the success of transfer students. And I certainly want to take the moment to thank the Campaign for College Opportunity for this honor and for your ongoing efforts to positively impact higher education in California. We have no more pressing challenge than to address the issues of equity and student success. And fundamental to this effort is ensuring clear and robust pathways for community college students to succeed at four-year institutions. I believe that talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not, and that too often institutional barriers limit opportunity and mobility, and we must continue to eliminate such barriers. I want to thank and recognize our community college colleagues for your willingness to collaborate on this effort and for your excellent work towards preparing students for success on our campuses. Through efforts like AB 928 and many others, we will continue to find ways to innovate and ensure our students succeed on our campuses and long after they graduate. Again, I congratulate my fellow CSU and community college honorees. Thank you for this wonderful, incredible, outstanding honor.
Thank you so much, President Coley, and thank you for all the work you're leading at Pomona. I'd now like to introduce President Saul Jimenez Sandoval with Fresno State.
Thank you so much. And first, I want to thank Senator Glazer for being here, for being such a champion for our students and for higher education. And it's also really great to be here with such great leaders all across the state. It is truly a great honor for Fresno State to be named the 2021 Champion of Higher Education for our work in enrolling and supporting associate degree for transfer students. I want to thank the Campaign for College Opportunity for their leadership on such an essential issue. I also want to thank sincerely all the staff at Fresno State for all their hard work who make it all possible. The ADT program is a critical piece of a transfer student success at Fresno State, and it is especially important to note that our university's population is currently 40% transfer students, and their graduation rates are truly excellent. And when our transfer students come to Fresno State, we welcome them with open arms, as they are a critical part of our ethos and our future as well. For this and many reasons, we appreciate the partnership we've forged over the years with our community college partners. A shout out to President Lori Bennett of Clovis City College, who spoke earlier, and also to President Goldsmith from Fresno City College, whom I saw in the chat earlier as well, and also to President Garcia from Berkeley College. We can't wait for your brother to become a Bulldog at Fresno State. I believe that the future of our Fresno region and the future of our Golden State is forged in the synergy between the access to education through the community college pathway. Fresno State truly believes in celebrating the community college transfer pathline. Fresno State values our community colleges as they open doors of opportunity to our talented students. A community college education is not a second choice. It is a choice for a life-changing journey of learning that will transform the lives of our talented students, who then come to Fresno State and then graduate and then become the leaders in our communities. And a special thanks also to Dr. Stella Ben-Simon, who is also on the chat, and Michelle Siguedos for all their work and for the beautiful frame certificate that they sent to me as well. And thank you again for all this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, President Jimenez Sandoval. And I know President Garcia has your cell phone number. She'll be calling you about her brother.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Our next champion we are honoring today is Cal State Fullerton, and we have with us President Fram Vergy. Go Titans.
Well, I'm so excited to be here with everybody. What an amazing, august group to be with. Good morning, good morning. But I'm really here on behalf of our faculty and our staff and our students at Cal State Fullerton. We are so proud. You will, I love to brag, as we all should, about our institutions. We are the #1 destination in California for transfer students and have been for 18 of the last 21 years. And we're the #3 institution in the nation for awarding bachelor's degrees to Latinx students. And we're so grateful to the Campaign for College Opportunity and all the ways that they support leading in honoring these arenas. The 2021 Equity Champions for Excellence in Transfer for Latinx students, the 2021 Champions for Higher Education for enrolling and supporting all ADT students. It is absolutely a marquee pathway to elevating people's lives and families' lives. And we're so proud of these honors coinciding with Cal State Fullerton and Fresno State, also being named as receiving the Seal of Excellencia recipients from Excellencia in Education, and for being Fulbright HSI leaders from the U.S. Department of State. What this means is that we're doing this right. We're doing this right. And I want to be clear, none of these honors or the tens of thousands of lives that are changed with these degrees they signify would be possible without the Campaign for College for Opportunity, without Senator Glazer, without all the help that we've received, Senator Berman, from our great senator from the state now to Washington, Senator Padilla, in getting the ADT legislation signed into law so many years ago, and now Assemblymember Berman and getting AB 928 passed. It's again signifying an acceleration of the transfer degree attainment process, which we're so excited about. We at Cal State Fullerton are so grateful for this honor. I applaud all Titans, faculty, staff, students, alumni, donors who work tirelessly and invest to make this possible. But I want to say one more thing, and that is we look so forward to our continued partnership with the Campaign for College Opportunity, but especially with all our California community colleges to ensure that our Latinx students, our Black students, all our students from underserved communities, all our students are able to transfer, have equitable, unimpeded access to higher education, to succeed, and to build the dreams to a reality of what we dream our community can be in the future. We dream that dream now, and they will live it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, President Vergy. Next, I would like to introduce the Associate Director of Educational Partnerships, Amy Reggae, who is representing our next honoree, Cal State Long Beach. Go Beach.
Thank you. Thank you for this recognition. I accept this award on behalf of California State University Long Beach, or CSULB. CSULB has worked hard to welcome transfer students because they represent hope for students all along the transfer pathway. We appreciate where we have been and the work that it took to get there, and we also look forward to where we're going. When we set out to create the Beach Transfer Transition Center in spring 2019 to serve our CSULB transfer students, we wanted to create a space where our transfer students could access a community and learn about campus resources specific to their needs. We're so thankful for our local community college partners who have successfully awarded thousands of students associate degrees for transfer. And we look forward to the ways in which implementation of Assembly Bill 928 will help students save time and money by simplifying transfer and help them understand their options earlier and in a coordinated manner. Our university values diversity as our strength. We are here to serve the whole community, expand access, and ensure the smooth transition for our transfer students to enable their success. Thank you again for this award, and go Beach.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our CSU campus honorees for being with us today and inspiring all of us with your work and your remarks. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Campaign for College Opportunity board member, the Associate Vice President for Faculty Diversity and Inclusion, and the Distinguished Professor of Education at San Diego State University, and one of my most favorite people in the world, Dr. Luke Wood, to introduce our second annual Equity Awards. Dr. Wood.
Thank you, Audrey, and I hope everyone is doing well today. Congratulations to all of the 2021 champions for higher education and transfer. I think it's an incredible recognition. Many of us know that we at our campuses can be recognized for many things, but being recognized for success and transfer, I think, is one of the most important, because ultimately that's what our systems are designed to do, is to provide access for all of our students to the highest levels of education possible. Last year, the Campaign for College of Opportunity, we developed a method which we could assess which community college and CSU campuses were working to intentionally close racial equity gaps in transfer using the ADT for transfer. And I believe, as a board member for the campaign and also as a researcher of community colleges, that the ADT for transfer has been one of the most transformative changes in policy and practice in our systems, and has really created greater opportunities for our students. At the campaign, we don't subscribe to philosophy of a rising tide lifts all boats, because we know that everyone is not in the same boat. For example, there's been many campuses that we've worked with where we've seen over the past 5 years, there have been lots of interventions and efforts that have been put into place, but when you delve deep into their data, you can oftentimes find that the increases have happened for majority groups through these equity interventions, and not necessarily for our minoritized students, particularly our students of color. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that, but when we think about the notion of a rising tide lifts all boats, it assumes that as that tide is going up, that all boats are in the same condition, when they're not. There are some boats that have holes in them due to systemic oppression and racism. We have some boats that aren't even in the water because they're not being touched The students buy our resources, our services, and our programs. And we have some boats that are simply on fire due to issues such as food insecurity, housing insecurity, transportation concerns, employment barriers. And so we believe that equity is the way that we have to approach this work. And we also know that equity and equality aren't the same thing, despite the fact that I think many of us know that putting that into practice is something that's difficult. You know, when we think about equality, it means that everybody's getting the same level of support, the same experiences, the same structure, while equity is recognizing that not everyone is in the same spot and that some individuals simply need more. And ultimately, from our perspective, what we have to do is we have to embrace equity, because ultimately, we can't bring a deficit mindset to equity work. Our job is not to save, it's to empower. It's not to assume, it's to ask. It's not to speak for our students, but to empower them to have their own voice. And that's why I'm so proud of the fact that the campaign has developed a methodology to distinguish campuses who are working intentionally on behalf of Black and Latinx students who have lower transfer rates and graduation rates than their peers and who have been chronically underserved by our systems. It's now my pleasure to introduce our 2021 Equity Champions for Excellence in Transfer for Black and Latinx students. These community colleges are awarding the ADT to Black and Latinx students at rates higher than the campus average. CSU campuses earning this award are excelling and enrolling Latinx and Black students with an ADT on a guaranteed path to a bachelor's degree compared to their campus-wide ADT enrollment rates. And so what I'd like to do is begin with Diablo Valley College and President Susan Lamb, and we'll provide each campus with an opportunity to receive their due honor and recognition. President Lamb.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. I'd like to first thank the Campaign for College Opportunity for recognizing Diablo Valley College and the importance and role of ADTs in creating access, not just to college, but to socioeconomic mobility for our Latinx and African American communities. And I'd like to accept this award on behalf of all the employees at Diablo Valley College, because it takes a whole college community to make this award possible. I'd like to recognize and applaud the leadership of our students who have given voice to their needs, our Racial Justice Task Force, our Student Equity and Success Committee, our Emoja and Puente communities that have supported a large number of our students, our African American Male Leadership Project, and literally every person at the college who has stepped forward to engage in courageous conversations and to create true change and equity. This award represents their amazing work and their personal commitment to our students and to their success. So I just want to thank you for recognizing and acknowledging the equity work that's occurring at Diablo Valley College. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now I'd like to honor Monterey Peninsula College with Acting President John Noli. My apologies.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Wood. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. This recognition underscores the incredible work that's happening at Monterey Peninsula College by our faculty, staff, administrators, board of trustees, all of our partners who are dedicated to making a difference in our student lives. And big shout out to our teams in our El Centro program, Ready, Set, Transfer, Emoja, and so many other campus-wide leaders, including student leaders who are doing amazing work. We also want to appreciate this opportunity to celebrate our students and their remarkable perseverance and all of the hard work and dedication that they are putting into achieving their goals. Thank you so much for the honor.
Thank you. And now we'd like to honor Pasadena City College, a campus I'm very familiar with, and President Erica Indrojanis.
Thank you so much. It is such an honor. I'm especially proud of this honor because it speaks to where we have put our focus for the past 5 to 10 years, and we're seeing the fruits of those labors. We are absolutely all in on closing the equity gap, achievement gap, opportunity gap, whatever language we want to use, with the Vision for Success goal of by 2027. We want to be the first college to do that, and I have dedicated myself to that as the superintendent president. Our board is on board with this. Their board goals that they recently approved and are working on, one of them is completely focused on closing equity and achievement gaps and looking at all of the ways that the college can do that. And of course, because it's their goal, it's my goal, it was my goal coming through the door, but the goal was already here for the college. It was already here. I just came along and had the opportunity, and I've had the opportunity to work with so many passionate people. One of the things that takes, though, is looking at the structure of the college. And we're so proud of the various things we've done, including creating a division that is institutional diversity, equity, and justice. And so it is not student services, it's not instruction, but it's focused and it's where we want to head as an institution. So thank you to the Campaign for College Opportunity. Thank you to my amazing faculty, administration, staff, and students for making this possible.
All right, thank you. And now I would like to recognize San Diego Mesa College and President Pam Lesser, the president of the Leading College of Equity and Excellence.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. You just stole part of my thunder, but I'll say it anyway. You know, I'm very proud of this award, and it really does take an entire college to do this. And I'm really proud of the students. I congratulate them for completing these degrees during this a very challenging time. And for our students who create on day one, our peer navigators, our student ambassadors, this creative, loving, and accepting place so students feel accepted immediately. I want to be very specific and do a call out to our student services colleagues who followed and did a call to action last summer for every single program and measured their success around how they worked with our Black students. I'd like to thank our Black Studies program, our Chicano Studies program, our Latinx Alliance, our Black Faculty Counseling Collaborative, our Emoja program, Puente program, Mecha program, BSU, and in particular, Ann Hedekin, who is our transfer center director, who is working tirelessly right now because it's transfer season as we speak. In our state of becoming the leading college of equity and excellence, we recently adopted Mesa 2030, and every single goal of this institution is measured around the outcomes in terms of racial equity. So I just want to say that we are encouraged to do this work every day. I want to thank the Campaign for College Opportunity for putting together an award like this, and to all of you who do this work together. It's hard work, and we appreciate the honor.
Thank you. And now I would like to recognize San Jose City College and President Rowena Tomine.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wood. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of San Jose City College and the San Jose Evergreen Community College District, I am honored and filled with joy to accept for the first time ever the Campaign for College Opportunities 2021 Equity Champion of Higher Education Award for associate degrees for transfer to Black and Latinx students. Thank you to President Michelle Siguedos and the campaign for this recognition. I also extend my deep appreciation to SJCC faculty, classified professionals, administrators, and our student leaders for their unwavering commitment to supporting our students in and out of the classroom. SJCC would not be able to fulfill its mission grounded in opportunity, equity, and social justice without the collective effort of our Jaguar community, which includes our Chancellor, Dr. Byron Breland, our Board of Trustees, and our CSU partners in the Bay, San Jose State, Cal State East Bay, and San Francisco State. Thank you, everyone. This recognition is also a testament to our collective efforts at becoming a student-ready college and centering our work on where the student equity gap is most wide for Black and Latinx students. I am proud that our college community is committed to doing the equity walk every day and stepping up our investments in a number of programs that are intentionally designed to support Black and Latinx students. Emoja, Puente, Metas, Almas for our dreamers, and others. Thank you again for this recognition. Si se puede, Black Lives Matter, SJCC brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I would like to recognize Southwestern College and President Mark Sanchez.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Wood. And I don't know if you can hear my executive leadership team in the other room, but we're partying here at Southwestern College this morning. And so thank you to Michelle Siguedos and Audrey Dell from the campaign. We're honored to be an equity champion. And I'd just like to acknowledge that this work is done in community. And it's really brought about by the leadership of our executive leadership team, our faculty, our staff, and our student workers. So I would definitely like to acknowledge our academic affairs team, our student affairs team, our Office of Equity and Engagement, our Office of Business and Financial Affairs, and our Human Resources Office. In addition to working with our community-based partners, as well as our K-12 partners, we work together to deconstruct and reconstruct practices that we know need to be redesigned to better support our Black and Latinx students. And it's critical because we have a very strong history of serving students of color in our South County region of San Diego. In addition to being in close proximity to the US-Mexico border, just miles away, the work that we do is critical in terms of creating seamless pathways for our students to enroll at Southwestern College and to have a vision for their future and for our ability to provide the supports, programs, and resources to help them achieve that vision for themselves. And so we're very proud as a Jaguar team. We're very proud of the work that we do and just the heart that our executive leadership team, faculty, and staff do every day to support our community. And this is only the beginning. So thank you all, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning.
All right, now for our next honoree, a CSU East Bay Interim Provost and VP for Academic Affairs, Kim Greer.
Good morning. Thank you. It's truly inspiring to be part of this virtual celebration this morning and to hear the way our sister colleges, community colleges in California are working to meet our students where they are. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of President Kathy Sandine, who's unable to be here this morning. I know she misses this opportunity, as well as the faculty, staff, and students at Cal State East Bay. Thank you to the Campaign for College Opportunity for this 2021 Equity Champion Award. Acknowledging the success that the Cal State East Bay campus is having with our transfer Black and Latinx students is encouraging and inspiring to us. Transfer students are vitally important members of our very diverse campus here at East Bay. Like all of you, our focus is on reducing equity gaps and increasing access for all of our students. This is our driving mission. We're humbled by the award. We're really inspired. It's a privilege always to work in higher education, but it's especially an honor and inspiring to participate as part of a member of a community that shares commitment to equity and access. We continue with all of you to move forward always to meet our students where they are and to help them achieve their dreams. Thank you so much for this wonderful distinction. It's a privilege to be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I would like to recognize CSU Fresno and President Saul Jimenez Sandoval.
Thanks so much, Dr. Wood. It's nice to see you. Fresno State is honored to be named a 2021 Equity Champion for Excellence in Transfer for our Black and Latinx students. Given that approximately 70% of our student population is first generation and 85% of our student population identify as underrepresented minority, we are intentional about closing and eliminating our equity gaps. And we highlight our HSI and a PC designation as well, and celebrate the diversity that distinguishes us each and every day. We strive to make our students feel welcome at Fresno State, to feel a sense of belonging and to have the opportunity to engage in the full university experience. And we celebrate the cultures and life's experiences that have forged their paths to higher education. They come with critical personal knowledge that's their greatest asset. Their complex life gives them greater opportunities to succeed, in my opinion. This award is deeply meaningful as it represents the future of our state, one that is based on acknowledging the contributions of our diverse populations. On behalf of our gifted students and Fresno State, I'm honored to receive this award. Thank you.
Thank you for the work you're doing and congratulations. And now we would like to honor CSU San Bernardino and President Thomas Morales. I think you're on mute.
Let's do that again. Thank
All right,
you.
I'm going to reintroduce you. We're going to do this right. This is important recognition. I'd like to now recognize and honor CSU San Bernardino and President Thomas Morales.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of California State University, San Bernardino, I am deeply appreciative of the honor of being recognized as one of the 2021 Equity Champions for Higher Education. That our efforts resulted in a high proportion of transfer-seeking Black and Latinx students enrolled on a guaranteed pathway to a bachelor's degree in the 2019-2020 academic year is indeed a point of pride for us. We do not simply wish to say the words, we intend to walk the talk and bring about impactful results. Thank you for recognizing us and our amazing, dedicated students. The CSUSB community has been working hard to increase ADT enrollments and ensuring the academic success of our transfer new entrants in collaboration with our community college partners. I want to recognize the extraordinary commitment of CSUSB's senior leadership team, including our cabinet, academic deans, associate vice presidents, academic department chairs, and other faculty and staff leaders. And of course, our great student government, Associated Students Incorporated. We take our role as an HSI and MSI in the Inland Empire region of Southern California seriously and have expanded our previous diversity efforts to incorporate equity and inclusion as well. My thanks to Michelle Siguedos, president of the Campaign for College Opportunity, and her staff for today's recognition. Here at CSUSB, we say that we define the future. Please know that we do not intend to rest on our laurels. Today's results only serve as the foundation for tomorrow's achievements. Thank you again.
Well said. We would now like to recognize CSU San Marcos and my fellow Chief Diversity Officer, Aswad Allen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Woods, for those inspiring words. And I also want to thank the other speakers who gave inspiring words. What comes to mind when I listen to the acknowledgments and recognition from everyone is how important it is to know iron sharpens iron. And what I'm witnessing here is through this celebration and the encouraging words that we're sharing, it seems that we're being fueled to continue our steps forward. And for setting up that scenario, I'm going to give a special thanks to the entire Campaign for College Opportunity team and President Michelle Siguedos for creating this environment for iron to actually sharpen iron. It's an honor to represent President Ellen Neufeld and the faculty, staff, and students of Cal State San Marcos in accepting this recognition. I'm excited to see how we all seem to understand the value in nurturing the delicate relationships between our institutions, our communities, and the families we serve. This is very critical, particularly in the time that we're in, for us to be able to bridge those gaps in order to better serve our public. As a university driven to put students and their success at the center of all we do, we strive every day at CSUSM to be effective in eliminating the barriers that stand between students and their goals. And as most of you have already said, it's really about the students, their resilience, their determination. We're going to make amazing progress in reducing equity gaps as long as we continue to meet the students where they're at. We remain committed to creating more opportunities and programs that are aligned with the specific needs of our students. As an HSI, as an institution that has a high number of low-income first-generation students, and uniquely positioned in the county with 18 tribal communities. I want to thank you for honoring our work here, and we're grateful for being partners in this very important work with you. Thank you.
Thank you. San Jose State University. We'd also like to recognize them today, and they could not be with us, but we want to congratulate them on their accomplishments and all that they've done towards this important honor. Congratulations to our 11 campuses earning the 2021 Equity Champions for Excellence in Transfer for Black and Latinx students. On your screens now, we are pleased to share with you those campuses earning acknowledgement as a 2021 Equity Champion for Excellence in Transfer. First is Imperial Valley College, honored as a 2021 Equity Champion for Excellence in Transfer for Black students. Thank you to Interim Superintendent Johnson for being with us today. The next 60 campuses are being honored as 2021 Equity Champions for Excellence in Transfer for Latinx students. I'm pleased to share that we have been following a campus honoree. We have the following campus honorees who are with us today who have not been previously honored. And so we would like to acknowledge the following individuals. President Schultz from Citrus College, President Channon from Chaffey College, President Fierro from Cerritos College, President Schilling from Cypress College. And as we say these names, please continue to use the chat window to honor them for this incredible honors. President Oran from Crafton Hills College, President Calvin from College of the Sequoias, President DeFrano from Lake Tahoe Community College, President Van Hook from College of the Canyons, President Garcia from College of Desert. We'd also like to acknowledge President Gallagher from LA City College, President Gribbons from LA Valley College, President Limbaugh from West Los Angeles College, President Zalesny from CSU Bakersfield, President Green from Norco College, Interim President Ornelas from LA Mission College, President Lundberg from San Diego Miramar College, President Dreyfus from Rio Hondo College, President Suarez from Orange Coast College, President Ochoa from CSU Monterey Bay, President Jung from CSU Stanislaus, and President Sakaki from Sonoma State University. Congratulations again, everyone, and I will turn the program back over to Audrey Dow.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wood. And again, a big congratulations to all of our honorees today. Thank you to the nearly 400 people who joined us to be with us and celebrate all of our winners on Zoom today. It honestly is a thrill every year for the campaign to organize and host this award ceremony. We know how hard our campuses are working to better serve students and how important it is to acknowledge that work and to elevate what's working. Our campus honorees are the best positioned to help California deliver on its promise of a seamless transfer pathway and are integral to California's ability to meet economic demand for a more highly educated workforce. We look forward to having more of our honorees, to hearing more of our honorees' stories, their best practices, and continuing to expand the number of awards we confer annually. If you thought we had a lot of awards today, that's a great problem to have. We want to have double that. We want all 114 community colleges, all 23 CSUs. And you know what? We want to have our first UC awards next year because that's what our students demand. So thank you to our 70 college honorees today for doing the good work, for being the face every day for our students. Congratulations. We will be in touch with all of you, and to another year of success, to another year of innovation, to another year of bucking the status quo and getting to the work of equity. Thank you for being with all of us and have a wonderful, wonderful week.